Hi, Darren here, bet72.com again. We're straight into day 2 of the Cheltenham Festival. Fantastic day yesterday. I hope by now you've had a chance to see our review video, which we posted up a little bit earlier. But no time to dwell on that. We've got to get straight into day 2. What more of the same, please? Fantastic day yesterday, and a lot of the offers are looking very similar, and we're set again for some cracking racing. Not least of all the big race at 3:30, which we'll get onto shortly. But yeah, really looking forward to that one. But anyway, it's a good opportunity to lock in some profit. Again, a little bit like we said about yesterday, just about putting yourself in the best position to get profit by participating in as many offers as you can. So to that end, we've fully updated the Cheltenham TV site. You can see it here in front of us. So we've got the full race by race offers guides. You can see all the other previews have gone up for today as well. So if you're looking in for any tips, previews, naps, strategies, anything like that from the world of racing, and indeed trading as well, then we've got all of those up on the site. We've got some more going on as well, so just bookmark this and keep checking back on it, because it's really is a very valuable resource, and we're getting lots of good feedback from people as well. So do spread the word. We want as many people as possible to see this particular site and take advantage of the advice and guides that are actually on there. But anyway, like I say, straight into day 2. What we've done is we've just updated the race offers guide. We've kept yesterday still on there anyway, just for a little bit of nostalgia if you want to look back and see where you made your money. Just a couple of things really to mark your card. I mean, the anti-post stuff is really down now. We're going to be taking this off anyway, because it's not really applicable now once we get to later on today for Friday's races even. And the enhanced sign-up offers, well, of course, yeah, they do exist. A few bookmakers putting out some increased offers out there. The ones we are looking at or focusing on really will be, again, just to mark your card about Odds Monkey. No brainer. I don't have to really sell that or explain to you why you need to be getting on there over the festival. And also Smarkets. You will have noticed the banner which we had before. Where is it? There we go. We had the £40 banner there. Well, naturally, there's only 330 races now, the championship races. So basically, there's an opportunity to claim £30 risk-free, but they've just updated their banner accordingly. But you can still participate in that offer. It's not gone away. But obviously, you're going to get a maximum of £30 in free bets there, because you're going to get the 330 today, tomorrow, and obviously the Gold Cup on Friday, but well worth doing as well. And like we said yesterday, link back to your Odds Monkey account and you can get 0% commission. I mean, for anyone who was on Smarkets yesterday, you know, the actual volume, liquidity was there, was fantastic. It's a really smart looking website, got a lot of optimism for that site coming up over the future months and time ahead once we get into the API side of things as well, and more products being developed for that platform. It's going to be really good, really exciting to see how that evolves. But at the moment, we're just looking for Cheltenham, so take advantage of that. Pick up your free bets, link it to your Odds Monkey account, and then take the the free commission for all sports, not just horse racing. It's across the card. Sport Nation, yeah, they were good. We didn't actually. We hit one actually, Kalashnikov in the first race for a refund, which I'll come on to in a second. But we actually already had an account, but there's certainly an opportunity there to pick up enhanced. You can either get £25 free bet or £100 free bet, depending what your fancy is. Fuller Insurance, again, these are not really changing. These are just mainstays, so I'm not going to bore you with going through those again. But again, like I say, use the Racing Matcher software from Odds Monkey. That will tell you exactly what the best opportunities are with these particular offers. You can jump on board, and if a faller does occur and you're on it, you're going to get your money back, and that's what's going to add to your bottom line. It is just putting yourself in multiple offers, and then when they hit, then it's happy days for everyone. Betting exchanges, again, we covered all that yesterday. Happy hours and price boosts, yeah, I mean, we got onto, again, that's part of using the social media on the site. Fred did some good ones, 10:30 and 12 o'clock. It was difficult on the first day, had quite a lot of other stuff going on, didn't really get too much involved with that. We already had some anti-post, rather, price boosts, which we picked up from some of the preview shows and that. last week. We've got one coming up today on Sam Crow, who we got at 5 to 4, 2.55 over at Betfair from their preview show the other night as well. So I'm just debating how much of that to actually lay off, because I do fancy it to win. So it's just a case of how much I underlay in order to preserve some of my stake if nothing happens. But again, if I can offset some of that against some of the other offers on the card, then I may not have to lay too much off, and I can maximise the potential if indeed Sam Crow does actually win. So here you can see we've got the first race up. We've updated all the offers onto here. Any more we find, we'll just put onto here. A lot of stuff, again, it's just cycle and repeat. I said it in my previous video. Can be a little bit boring to some people, but you know, we're here to make money. We don't care about the boredom factor. We're just getting on board and cycling these offers as quickly as we can. Ones of note, I would say, a little bit less, because again, a lot of stuff's geared towards the Supreme Novices Hurdle, which is the first race. Ladbrokes have just switched over their free bet offer double winnings onto this first race, which was there yesterday. We didn't hit that, unfortunately, but Paddy Power's got money back if Sam Crow wins. So again, we can take advantage of that, because we've got a anti-post, or we've got a couple of anti-post positions actually on Sam Crow already, so that'll be good. Sky Bet, I can't get on with those, but there's an opportunity there if you've got a Sky Bet, a working Sky Bet account. Again, very easy money back, because you're getting your money back if the selection just loses. Sport Nation, yeah, as I say, they're impressed with those. They certainly do good offers at £50 as well if your horse comes second or third. So yeah, that's definitely one well worth getting involved with. And the advantage of some of these bookmakers as well, we said it yesterday, was the actual best odds guarantee as well. So even if you're taking a worse price perhaps at the time, and Racing Matcher will point you in a direction of where the best prices are, but you're going to get, if the horse drifts or goes off at a bigger price, then you're going to take advantage of the fact that you've got best odds guaranteed. So don't be put off necessarily by the prices. If you've got best odds guaranteed and you've laid it off, that is your worst case scenario. So and William Hill, we did pick up one of those yesterday, but yeah, it wasn't a great day for 5 lengths or more in terms of what we were doing, but a little bit of a bonus there. But again, it was just about putting ourselves in for the offer. We go across, we've got a couple of extra ones here. Jennings Bet, you may not have used before. Unibet, they had a couple of second place refund offers yesterday. We hit one of those, so that was good. And I will iterate as well, you know, for the bookmakers, fair play to them. We were getting our free bets and concessions refunded very much on time, so we didn't have to do any chasing. We could recycle those on the day. And the other advantage I didn't mention in my previous video is obviously if you recycle a free bet on a race, and that's with a bookmaker that best odds guaranteed, then you've obviously got the opportunity, or you've got the chance that price could increase as well. So you've laid it off, so you could make even more, because you're actually taking advantage of the best odds guaranteed with your free bet. So again, that's another opportunity just to recycle all this stuff as much as you can, and also it helps with the liabilities as well, which I've had a question in actually in between making the video, so I'm just going to answer that very quickly. But you can see here the Queen Mother Champion Chase. This is the one, the real flagship today. Really looking forward to this race. It's going to be fantastic to see how the Altior stacks up against Duvan, and I suppose we can't forget Min in the equation as well. But yeah, it's for as a spectacle itself, then it's going to be a great watch, and really looking forward to that. Can't really sort of split them at the moment thinking about it, but it's perhaps leaning towards Altior. But yeah, we'll see. I'm not in the game of making predictions, obviously, or tips, but yeah, it's just something I'm looking forward to seeing. So yeah, so not actually as many offers here, so obviously if we pick up any more, we'll add them into there. But Betfair have got a £10 free bet on the sports book if you place a £10 bet on a betting exchange. Obviously, again, you know, Betfair, then, you know, don't back and lay sports book and exchange. Betfair's fairly simple. You've got enough choices now in terms of betting exchanges that you can lay the bet off elsewhere anyway. So it's you know, you're just a bit stupid if you try and work it that way, because certainly I wouldn't be very impressed if I was Betfair people doing that. So yeah, just use one of the other betting exchanges if you're using any of the Betfair Sportsbook particularly, in order to lay your bets off. And why wouldn't you anyway, when you can get 0% commission at Smarkets and at Matchbook anyway? So yeah, just common sense really. Yeah, and a few other offers coming down there. Again, we'll be tweeting out and blogging. It'd be a little bit easier for us today. It was very hectic yesterday. Hopefully we've got a little bit more time to get active on the social media. We'll be holding up in the Trading the Horses chat room. Got it loaded up here, ready to go. Be hopping over to there once I've finished here. But yeah, some good tips up here from Simon yesterday. Plenty of back to lays. He's got all his selections up already. You can see they're listed. Click through, get the link to his page. We were dropping stuff in there as well as we went along. Other good shout outs from the guys as well. And as I said, a little Brucey bonus yesterday was the fact that we picked up a £44 slots win from something that Simon shouted out in the chat room around about this time yesterday. So before we even got going with the racing, we were already nicely in green for the day. So all that sort of stuff, as I say, it's all about opportunity, and the harder you work and the more positions you put yourself in, the better the opportunities are going to be. Right, okay. I just want to answer a very quick question that we've got in from Tony, who's just asking about these liabilities. And he said, I've heard you talking about these liabilities. Can you just show me exactly what you mean when you're backing multiple selections? Well, very simple, Tony. I mean, if we've just pulled up a race here, it doesn't really matter what it is, but it's the first race of the day at Cheltenham, the 1:30, obviously. So just say, for example, totally fictitious. We're not using this as any sort of recommendation or any sort of suggestion in order to trade. It's just purely showing the figures. So if we've taken a position, say for example on next destination, we want to back and lay it for a £25 refund offer, which one of the bookmakers is running, for argument's sake. It doesn't really matter what the offer are. We'll just put the figure. We're using obviously our Racing Matcher software here over at Odds Monkey, and that's come up and given us our lay figure of say £24. So we put that in there in order to get onto that offer. So that's given us a liability of £100 and 80 pence there. So naturally we would need that within our betting exchange account in order to cover that bet, otherwise it wouldn't let us place that lay bet. So we've got to have a minimum of that amount in our betting exchange account in order to do it. But then we spot another offer on the favourite, for example, and we think, well, we want to do that, but we've only got £100 in that. In fact, let's put 23 and let's just make it easy, and then it's below 100. We've got £100 in our account. Right, we can't do any more offers because we've only got £100 in our account, so that's us done on this race. Forget it, and we're only participating in one. But if we then actually click through onto here, and obviously much lower odds because it's a massive odds on favourite, and thinking about my price boost, I'm hoping this just keeps dropping. But so if we look at say Sam Crow there, another offer comes up to say for example the Sport Nation one, which is £50 in it if you come second or third. So this is a little bit of cover on that particular one. We think, oh, we can't put £50 on because we've already used all our liability up. But actually when we actually lay it off there, because we're taking it off of money which we would get if next destination loses, then it just comes off of that. So we haven't had to deposit any more money into our account, and in fact the net effect of that, okay, it's brought this figure down. Sorry, it's brought this figure down on Sam Crow, because before we had £23 green. But if we put the £50 back in, then the net effect of that is we've now jumped on two offers within the same race, and in fact our liability there has cut in half, because we're actually offsetting another £50 against the liability that we've got there. And now all we need in our account in order to participate in those two offers is £46.60. And before we got involved with Sam Crow, it was £96.60. So you can see there how it starts to build up. Naturally, once we get over the front two, then if we earn £100 in our account, if we try to do a £25 offer on the next horse, Black Op, then that is going to tip us over the edge, because immediately that goes up, because the liability or the amount you need in your account is always equal to the biggest liability that you've got on a particular selection, and we would need that to cover it. It's not, we can't just go in and pick them all off in one go. We've got to actually cover that amount there on that particular selection. So you would need that amount. So naturally, if we were on an offer for a larger price horse, then we're going to have to bring our liability. We can get a reasonable amount on. He said trying to do the maths in his head while he's typing, but yeah, around about sort of £13, which then still keeps us under our £100 balance that we've got in our account. But now we're involved with 3 horses. We can't do the maximum amount, just say if that was a £25 offer. But you see what I mean? It's just, so don't think that because we're not adding these together. This is an overall liability where one offsets each other. So we don't need £169 in order to cover that. We would if we just did Black Op, but because we've been involved with these other 2 selections, then it's actually offsetting us and it's taking our overall liability back down. And we can just do that, and that's what I mean about recycling. That's why you can participate in so many of these offers. So when you do go across onto the Racing Matcher, you can pick off each of these individual ones and you can go through. And even if you're a relatively sort of newbie or you're operating on a smaller bank, naturally there is this Billy Big Bollocks thing that comes around on social media all the time. Look at me, look at me, look how much I've won and everything. But don't be put off by that sort of stuff. But don't think that just because you've got perhaps a smaller bank or a limited bank, you can't participate in multiple offers. You certainly can. You obviously need the money in the bookmaker as well to do that. So we're looking at it from the betting exchange point of view. But again, the big figures that get branded about, it's just as applicable for people with small banks as well. And by offsetting your liabilities with multiple selections in the same race, allows you to jump on board multiple offers and to actually get involved. So anyway, that's the little tip of the day. Sorry, I rambled on a little bit more there, Tony, but I hope that answers your question that you sent in. Keep them coming as well. Darren at bet72.com. You can fire them over via our Twitter page at bet72, Facebook /bet72, and like I say, Darren at bet72.com. So yeah, really looking forward to day 2. Looking forward to that big race at 3:30, and looking forward to locking in some more profits with some more of these fantastic offers. So whatever you're doing today, however much you're getting involved, have a profitable day, and we'll be back a little bit later with a review of day 2. And yeah, have a good one. Cheers. Bye.